See a first pitch fastball? That's the question. No, it's more curveballs than anything else. You start him off with one of those. DeGrom attempted to throw a couple of sliders. Buxton took him deep. Went deep on a fastball yesterday to start the game. Why not?
And the first pitch is 93 and off the outside corner. And with that, we are underway here in Philly. 34 home runs, 82 knocked in for Byron Buxton.
Interesting. Two sinkers to start the at-bat, both away. And I think a lot of times this right on right with these three fastballs that a lot of these pitchers have now, the goal is to get in on these right-handed hitters' hands, but it looks like he's trying to start off the plate and come back to that outside corner.
And some bite on the breaking ball there. That's the knuckle curveball, and that's a pitch that he will throw a ton here tonight.
Yeah, he'll throw it to start at bats. He'll throw it to try and end at bats. He'll throw it at any point. You got a good feel for that pitch. It's a big swing and miss pitch for him. Occasionally he will hang it, and when he has, he's been punished for it this year.
2-1, and Buxton got jammed a bit, pops it up to short, and Edmundo Sosa playing for Trey Turner, who's dealing with a sore hamstring. So Sosa makes the play, so Buxton pops out. Cody Clemens coming up. First, our keys to the game are brought to you by Toyota.
Match the energy and finish strong. This is a team that's getting ready for the playoffs. Good crowds here. Should be 35,000 or more tonight. I think Cody Clemens getting a nice hand as a former Philly as he steps in the box, and then finish strong. 3 games left, but these 3 games matter. You got to go all the way to 162.
Clemens parts of 3 seasons as a Philly, and the Twins, of course, acquired Clemens in April once Luke Keyshaw was lost for a while with a broken bone in his forearm. And for Clemens, it's not like the Phillies didn't like him. He just had nowhere to play.
Yeah, tough to leave a team that has World Series aspirations, but he's gotten a lot of playing time with the Twins. And he's taken advantage of that playing time. Next home run would be 20. That would be an incredible in-season pickup.
That's the key right there. I mean, every player, they say, I just need an opportunity, and he has gotten it, and he's made the most of it. 0-2 to Cody on the way, and the breaking ball disappears. And Clemens is out number 2. And Nola, by the way, closing in on a pretty significant milestone number in Phillies strikeout history. He is now 3 strikeouts shy of tying Hall of Famer Robin Roberts for the second most strikeouts in Phillies history.
Yeah, late August he passed Cole Hamels on that list. It's a franchise with a long history. A lot of great players have come through here. But it has been a battle for him. This year, 17 home runs allowed.
Just almost 3 months of the season with an ankle injury. And hasn't been throwing all that well since coming back, outside of one good start against the Mets. Now the ERA on the higher side for Nola the back half of the season. In September alone, 4 starts this month. His ERA is around 6.5. 0-2 on Ryan Jeffers.
Yeah, there's talks of this maybe being a potential audition for a playoff start. Doesn't look like this is going to have too much of an impact on that. Looks like they kind of have their rotation set. 2 off days in that series they are going to play.
Lofted to right, and room for Castellanos. And he makes the play, and the Twins go 3 up, 3 down to start the night. Hopefully Joe Ryan does the same. career.
It's been a battle for him recently. ERA's jumped about a half a point. September has been a struggle. See if he can get back on track. Good sign there with that fastball at 96. Maybe good-sized crowd. A little extra energy knowing that you have to be at your best to face a team this good.
Harrison Bader, 47 games since the trade and hitting .314. Base percentage over .370 with 5 home runs. He used his 2 for his last 14. And the Phillies this season changing up their lineup. Kyle Schwarber had been the leadoff man, but Rob Thompson changing that up here in 2025 to give Bryce Harper some more protection. So Trey Turner went healthy. He was batting leadoff, but Turner again not starting tonight, dealing with a sore hamstring. It's been Bader, though, hitting leadoff in Turner's absence. 2-2.
He's provided a spark. We saw it his time with the Twins. High energy player, never takes a play off. Kind of the perfect guy to add mid-season if you're looking for a little boost in your clubhouse, a little boost on the field. He's provided that.
And Ryan strikes him out. Chased a breaking ball. Disappearing. Down and away, so Bader is out number 1. Strikeout number 186 for Joe Ryan here this season.
Well, his last start, only one righty in the lineup, so actually threw 0 breaking balls to right-handed hitters. In that outing, with a sweeper here, fooled Bader pretty badly there.
Now, Wednesday night, Kyle Schwarber hit 2 home runs, now 56 on the season. And a check swing grounder up the middle. It's going to be Lee. Gloving, spinning, and throwing. Off the bag at first base was Julian, and Schwarber is safe. We had Lee on the right side, and he nearly collided with Cody Clemens. The second baseman, Lee, got there, spun around, and his throw pulled Julian off the bag, and Schwarber for now is safe. And the Twins, they will not challenge.
Yeah, nice job of avoiding the collision. This is really close at first base.
That's been ruled a hit for Schwarber. And now Bryce Harper swings early. Doesn't do it here against Ryan on a pitch at 90 down and inside. Harper, 2-time MVP, 8-time All-Star. Big numbers hitting here at home. And the Phillies as a team, boy, they thrive playing at this ballpark. 53-25 with a run differential better than 100. Scoring almost 5.3 runs per game here at home.
Many incredible numbers they have in this ballpark.
To left center field in the gap. That won't be caught. Schwarber makes third as Harper holds with a single, and the Phillies have 2 on.
So all just kind of started with a little check swing by Schwarber in the right spot. Harper looked like he had intent of either staying through the big part of the field, maybe had something slower in his mind. Nice job by Altman getting behind that ball and get it in quickly and holding Harper at first base to set up that double play.
Alec Boehm off the injured list. It's been about a week, and he is really hitting since coming back from a shoulder injury. As Ryan 95 at the knees for strike 1 on Alec Boehm. First-round pick by the Phillies in 2018. He is the primary Phillies third baseman. 2 on, 1 out.
Joe looking to work ahead and then try and keep the ball from being put in play here. We get some chase, some swing and miss.
Slice to right. Caught by Larnach. Schwarber will tag, head home, and the throw cut off by Julian. So Boehm picks up his 59th RBI. It's a sac fly. Harper holds. It's 1-0 Philadelphia.
Simple formula there. Hit a ball, go first to third. Get the ball in the air. Now, you mentioned Phillies at home. 25 series. They're 21-3-1 in series in this ballpark this year. Absolutely incredible how good they've been.
Brandon Marsh, he'll go down in some pain and now hobble a little bit and take some time to walk that off. Marsh acquired by the Phillies from the Angels a couple of years ago. He's hit well here in September. And Marsh, when the season began, the plan was for Marsh to be in center. Max Kepler was signed to play primarily in left with Nick Castellanos in right. But as the season has played out for Rob Thompson, whether that's because of performance, injury, Castellanos especially struggling in right, and then the acquisition of Harrison Bader. Bader's been in center, Marsh is playing left, and it's been now a platoon in right with Kepler and Castellanos. Just inside.
Just have so much depth on this team. You have your guys that you throw in the lineup every day. You expect to be out there. We might see Turner in this series on Sunday, but a lot of options.
96 by the bat of Marsh. Ryan, his best pitch by far is his fastball. The Phillies, though, have the 5th highest slugging percentage against fastballs. It's a high swing, high chase offense. And in terms of first pitch swing percentage, they're on the higher side, 4th highest as a team collectively in the game. So look out for that as the series plays out. The 1-2, he struck him out, tied him up with a breaking ball down and inside. And the Phillies score 1. Ryan strikes out 2.
those guys have handled everything, what they've dealt with, and how they have continued to show that spirit and that energy and that competitiveness ever since the trade deadline. He said it hasn't wavered. Yes, there's been tough moments, but this is still a team that has a lot to play for, guys.
Roger, thanks. It was good that the guys were able to put together a win for Rocco on his 44th birthday yesterday. The Twins are 5-4 as a team all-time playing here at Citizens Bank Park. Down by one early, Brooks Lee. 1 for 12 so far on the road trip as Nola misses inside. Lefties have hit Nola at a much higher rate this season. Of the 17 home runs, he has allowed 14 to left-handed batters, but average slug OPS all heavily favor left-handed swings.
He's got that little lower arm slot. Ball's going to run a lot away from the left-handed hitters. About a ball and a half more than what they're used to seeing, or more than average. We'll front door that sinker as well with 2 strikes to the lefties.
Good take there. Change up.
And if you're the Twins catchers do this very well also, but if you like watching catching, you like watching a guy frame, try and work the strike zone.
Another ground ball. And breaks the stop. Routine play. And there are 2 down.
Finish that thought. Real Muto is one of those guys behind the plate. He's been very good at it for a long time. Doesn't seem like he's got a lot of wasted movement. Very good catch and throw guy. As quick a release as there is in the game. And he's a free agent at year's end. It'll be really interesting to see what his market looks like. He's caught a lot of games over the years. Ton of experience. Perfect guy to have with a veteran team like this, a veteran pitching staff.
Now Eddie Julian here in September. Average .333 on base percentage of .435. So good finish for Eddie. No, it's been a down year. Yes, he broke camp with the team, but he spent really the bulk of the summer in the minors before rejoining the club post-trade deadline. Now 1-1. Aaron Nola has been a Philly his entire career. And clips the outside corner.
I look forward to the time when we can see those pitches being challenged.
Next year, each team will have 2 challenges. Inside. Oh, got the call there. And Real Muto, an excellent framer. And Nola gets that call from Edwin Jimenez. And the Twins go down 1-2-3 in the second.
You can't have both of those. right, if you're going to go out there, I'll give him that one. But you cannot have both sides of the plate. And that was that sinker I said he likes to run front hip to those left-handed hitters. But as a hitter, it frustrates you more than anything when the pitcher gets both. You cannot cover that big of a strike zone against a major league pitcher. And Eddie handled it well, but still. And the other thing we always said, the umpires set up in, you get really, really frustrated when they miss a fastball on the inside part of the plate. I'm not going to pick on them. It's just an observation. Point out if they're having a good game as well. But that at bat right there, Eddie never really had a chance.
0-2 on Real Muto. And Ryan climbs the ladder. And 3 pitches strikes out the Phillies catcher. Third strikeout for Joe. And 1 down here in the Philadelphia second.
Yeah, well executed. Vasquez wanted that ball up. He made sure he got it up above the zone.
So Ryan got the upper hand with that one. And now Nick Castellanos, sitting on 399 career doubles. Often swings to the first pitch, and this one will land untouched and foul. Interesting time here in Philadelphia for Castellanos, Morty. He's had a great career, lengthy career. He's won at a lot of different places, but doesn't seem just too happy right now here in Philadelphia.
Well, I think we all want to play every day as baseball players. And when you're used to playing every day and you believe you do certain things well, especially on a team this good, when you feel like you've got unfinished business like the Phillies do, their expectations are to win a World Series, and you want to be a part of that every day. And unfortunately, I think it's become a bit of a distraction, but they have a strong enough clubhouse. They have a bunch of leaders in there. He's removed from the game for a defensive replacement earlier in the year, voiced his frustration, but the team also presented him with information. Hey, this is what we see. The defensive numbers say this. And as a player, you don't have to like it. If it's presented to you and the information is what it is. But it's kind of hard to argue with the numbers sometimes.
2-2, and Ryan strikes him out with another breaking ball. So 2 down. That's 3 consecutive strikeouts for Joe, dating back to the first inning.
Well executed. He will chase breaking balls off the plate.
So 2 down for Bryson Stott, Phillies second baseman, 27 years old, very good defensive player, and a former first-round pick. And Ryan got that call on the inside corner, 0-1. Stott batting over 320 here in September. Low strikeout rate, high walk rate.
Get down the line. He's got 24 stolen bases. And that's your number 8 hitter on a team this deep.
Well, velocity, it looks great for Joe Ryan. That was 96 by the bat of Stott. Look at his strikeout the side. Ryan, his last 4 starts, ERA in the mid-5s, 6 home runs in 18-plus innings. But 2 down here in the second. Spoke earlier during the Rangers series about the admiration that Joe Ryan has for a guy like Jacob deGrom. Also, huge fan of both Aaron Nola and Zach Wheeler on this Phillies team. And Wheeler done for the season due to injury. But Nola, a guy that Joe has become friendly with, a guy he'll ask for advice. And these two teams have met in recent years. Off the mound, eats up Brooks Lee, but hangs in there and makes the play. And that's a 1-2-3 second for Joe Ryan here tonight. Well, it is a Joe Ryan experience, and Joe, of course, you bet, he'll sing along any music. First career game for Royce against the Phillies. Sitting on 13 home runs. It's been a good second half for Royce. And that's a call that Nola and Real Muto both wanted on that low curveball, and now 2-0. The four-seam fastball, 2-0 count, that's what hitters dream of, but it ran just in to keep it off the barrel.
And that's what his fastball does. It has a lot of run in on those righties. It almost acts like a sinker as far as the side-to-side movement.
Two-hop to third, and boom. Throws out Royce. And a ground ball out, induced by Nola so far tonight.
And so that movement of that pitch will generate ground balls. He'll get it off the barrel. The challenge has been for him being able to locate it. Or pitches hard of the zone that haven't had that type of movement had ended up in the seats on him.
Strike on James Outman, who is 0 for his last 17. His 35th game with the Twins. Here tonight, he's homered 3 times. Outman starting in left tonight, and again, that plays into the splits with Nola trying to get more lefties than righties. Austin Martin did tweak his ankle during the Rangers series, but came back and played yesterday.
Brooks Lee saw a couple of changeups in his at-bat. We'll see if the 2-1 count here after throwing that fastball, is that something he goes to try to get a ground ball. And that was the changeup. Not that big of a separation between his fastball and his changeup. It's velocity-wise. Sinker also will run anywhere from 88 to 91 sometimes. Read the same similar movement.
It was a changeup, and Outman strikes out. And there are 2 down. Now buckle up, defy gravity at Target Field with a wicked movie night on October 25th. For $30, enjoy a ticket to the show of Wicked plus unlimited popcorn and a free soda. For tickets and more information, visit twins.com/movie nights. Less than a month away from defying gravity. Dress up as your favorite character. Sing loudly, proudly. Morning Owl will be there. It's going to be awesome. Hope you join us at Target Field for the showing of Wicked.
If I'm not there, just start without.
All right, just in case. 2 away for Christian Vasquez. Side chopper to short. And time for Sosa. And Nola is perfect through 3. Edmundo Sosa has 7 home runs here at home. He's at 10 this season. And Wednesday night here against Miami became the first Phillies shortstop in franchise history with a 3-homer game. Jimmy Rollins. How about that?
Crazy to
Never
think.
had a 3-homer game.
That was his first multi-homer game as well. And if you're going to hit 2, may as well hit 3. But yeah, to think of players that have come through here.
One and one on Sosa. Yeah, Trey Turner is dealing with a grade 1 hamstring injury. He's been able to work out in the field, did so again tonight. And the Phillies, they're being cautious. As Turner said, even during the recent series here against Miami, he's thinking about the postseason. No reason to rush it at this point, but would not be shocked if Turner gets out there somehow, some way, maybe on Sunday. And a base hit to center. Leadoff single for Sosa. First time that the Phillies have the leadoff man tonight. That'll bring up Harrison Bader, his second at bat. And for more on the former Twin, let's check in with Audrey.
I had a chance to catch up with Harrison Bader earlier today. And, even though his time with the Twins was a relatively short chapter in his story, he said he enjoyed every second of it. He said being around a group of guys that was a combination of young guys who are really hungry, mixed with veterans who he has respected from afar for a long time, was really special. And he is so grateful that he was given the opportunity that he was. He also is very grateful that the team traded him to a contending team. He said, but that's baseball. Everybody wants the opportunity, regardless of how it turns out. Any chance you have to put on a big league uniform, you never take it for granted. But he also mentioned the fans. He said he felt their energy, their appreciation, and that reception every single day. He said he always tried to give them that energy back, and he will never take that for granted either. He said he'll always look back on the chapter with a whole lot of fondness and was really looking forward to this moment to face a lot of guys that he really respects, especially the fact that he knows it's going to be a cat and mouse game, just like we saw. He said, they know my swing, but I know what they throw, so it'll be interesting to see how it plays out, guys.
Roger, thanks. As Bader pops out, here comes Schwarber. And strike one on Schwarber. Really among the better, I think, features we have had this season on Twins TV was the time that Harrison Bader was mic'd up during outfield work earlier in the season at Target Field, and what we learned about his preparation and his knowledge with his position. That's a foul ball. I took a lot away, Morty, from that time that Bader was mic'd up earlier in the year.
Yeah, I learned something new. He's talking about direction. He throws the ball. When he's setting up to catch it, he gets his belt buckle towards the base that he wants to throw to, so he gets himself in a position to be set up to make a quick exchange. Just all the details, all the fundamental, all the work. Also, funny to hear him say that his dad knew he wasn't going to be an infielder, so he had to work really hard at being an outfielder.
96 at the knees, and Schwarber doesn't like it, but that's a strike. And Ryan, on 3 pitches, strikes out Schwarber for out number 2. And Joe, he's amped up tonight.
Yeah, 5 strikeouts, knows he needs to bring his best when you're facing a lineup like this. If he didn't like that, he probably would have not enjoyed the at-bat that Julian got to have. He's just got that lower arm slot. It's a fastball. None of these hitters have faced him before in the regular season. Get that good carry, kind of give up on that ball down, and it just planes out on you.
Bryce Harper sitting on 363 career home runs. 1 for 1 tonight, single to left center. That's a big cut there at 95. Now Harper hit number 350 on July 23rd here against the Red Sox. Harper, 32 years old, is yet to win a World Series. An All-Star 8 times, a 2-time MVP. But the Phillies, they do not have many weaknesses. You think about the upcoming October field, and the Phillies, they're going to be a tough out.
When you think how good this guy has been in the postseason, the big hits he's had, seems to rise to the moment. Playoff start, and off he goes.
Sosa at first, 2 down. Inside, don't mind that.
Yeah, why not make somebody a little uncomfortable? Move some feet. You know, Laudner's watching at home with a smile on his face when he sees a hitter do that. I think that was something that he mentioned in Joe's last start. Do you go soft away now, or do you go right back in there?
Breaking ball in, and Harper got a piece of it.
It's just, he's had an incredible career. The pressure he had as a teenager, being on the cover of Sports Illustrated, first overall pick in the draft, making it to the big leagues before he turned 20. But he's been able to keep himself out of trouble, stay focused on what he needs to do, just be an elite player for a very, very long time.
Pops it up. Does Vasquez have a play? And the answer is no.
There's a big league pop up there.
Harper tonight, Morty, is playing in his 130th game of the season. He has reached base safely in all but 18 games this season. Somehow, some way, all but 18 all year.
Just, he does so many things well.
Again, the 2-2. Chop foul.
Interesting to see him do that motion. That first at bat, he kind of pushed that ball to left center field. It's almost like he's trying to get his swing back to a certain point. You know, when hitters do that, a lot of times you feel like you're rolling over, you're getting outside of the ball, your barrel's kind of getting around the baseball. It's almost like his thought. He wants to keep his hands either closer to his body, something along those lines.
But this is going back to when Harper was still with the Washington Nationals, and Jock Jones was a part of the Nationals coaching staff, part of the hitting team. And Harper at the time, he did not hit in the field. He was doing his own thing, and now that's so much more common to hear about star players and players in general. 3-2, and that one is inside, ball 4. Skips away, and Sosa will stop at second base. So it's a 2-out walk, and Harper is on for the second time. Here comes Bohm. Just to finish up that thought, though, this was, again, Harper as a National had his own hitting routine underneath, did not do anything on the field. And I remember thinking when Jock said that, like, that's so unusual, but now it's become really quite common.
Yeah, it's something. Ohtani, I think when he did the Derby in Colorado a couple of years ago, that was the first time that he took batting practice on the field. Buxton, for a long time, didn't like hitting on the field. It's just up to a personal preference. You get to a certain point in your career and you have an understanding.
Visit here from Pete Mackey after a lengthy at bat. Really a plate appearance for Harper. He draws the walk, and now Alec Bohm, who has gone 32 consecutive plate appearances without striking out. A sac fly RBI to right in the first.
Back to the conversation about hitting on the field. Also, Larry Walker, the year he won the NL MVP in '97, he told me that year he didn't hit on the field, especially at home. Coors body wears down. He had his swing locked in, so it's not something that is, it's more common now, but it's not something that never happened before. And I think part of it also, every field, Players Association, every park now has to have a cage for the home and the visiting team. You know, back even when I first came up, there was not really a cage in the Metrodome. Not every field had a batting cage underneath that you could hit in, so guys had to hit on the field to get their swings.
Well, throw to second base, and Clemens not there. And it looked like the Twins had a play on there, but Cody's smiling somewhat. Did he not get the sign or the intel?
He must not have heard it. The pitchcom, that's a sign that you would give on the pitchcom from Vasquez or from Joe Ryan calling it himself. And
I'm not sure if he's wearing pitch comm because Eddie Julian is wearing pitch comm. We know Brooks Lee is. Up and inside. And Ryan, that fastball velocity that we keep seeing, it is up here tonight. Look at this. He's up on average 2 miles an hour more with his four-seam fastball.
He knows this is going to be the last time he needs to pitch on a big league mound until spring training or even the start of next year, so he's letting it eat.
Three and one on Bohm. Hardy swing there. Yeah, can't confirm that Cody Clemens, he is not wearing pitch comm.
So I'm guessing that probably had something to do with him not getting the sign. Unless it's tucked up in.
Hey, I don't think. Runners go. 3-2. Is it foul? You know what that looks like, the right side. You know, he might have it on it. Yeah, look at that. Just you zoom in there a little bit, right by the ear, there is that little tube. So he must have it on. 3-2, again, hit foul. So some lengthy at-bats here from Harper and now Bohm. And the pitch count for Ryan now at 55 here in the third inning.
Yeah, this is the batter he wants to be the last one of the inning. Too lengthy at bats will wear you down. Pete Mackey already took a mound visit.
Eighth pitch coming up. Runners go, and a swing and a miss, and a strikeout. And so Bohm, that strikeout streak ends, and Ryan picks up another now 6 punch-outs for Joe through 3. And 9 down. He has not had a start this season where he's retired the first 10 batters consecutively.
I get to come to this ballpark. Had a trip to Cooperstown earlier in the summer, and we decided to come watch a Phillies game. Went down to talk to Phillies manager Rob Thompson. Just happens to be a fellow Canadian. Went down there and had a little conversation with him. And he said, he was a huge fan of Ron Gardner, very thankful for Ron Gardner. He said when he started coaching third base for the Yankees, he said he was as nervous as anyone could be on a baseball field. He just hears someone out of the dugout on third base side in Fort Myers yelling at him, "Hey, hey." And he said he finally looked and he realized that Gardy was yelling at him, and Gardy said, "If you need anything, you let me know. I'm here to help you." And he said he was so grateful. He said it helped him relax, and he said he always had a friend in Ron Gardner. He said he was such a leader, but Gardy had been in that third base coach box in the past before he managed.
Buxton to Bohm, and close play, and just in time.
Wow.
Byron not yet conceding. Twins giving this a look.
This was really close.
And the Twins will not challenge.
Bohm. Not too many guys get down the line the way Buxton does, and he took a little extra time. That is elite speed going down the line. You got to love that. 3 games left in the year. That's how you do it. That's what it looks like.
So 1 down for Cody Clemens, who struck out on a NOLA breaking ball. Attack of the first inning.
Just to have that, finish that thought, he said he was over there in third base coach box, and he said he always counted Gardy as an ally, as a friend. I think, we talked earlier about, you talked earlier about Joe Ryan looking up to Nola and him being someone that he could kind of look up to, and pitchers around the league. It is common. You're not sharing information and you're not sharing secrets, but you understand the struggles of being a player or being a third base coach or being a manager. And players kind of look out for each other. I always enjoyed my conversations with Jim Thome before he came to play with us about hitting and just different things, approach, all that kind of stuff. But you want to pick the brains of successful players, and so those relationships around the game are so important. And the fact that 18 years later, sitting in his office, Rob Thompson remembered that interaction with Ron Gardenhire, and he was so appreciative. It was really cool to see.
Three balls and a strike on Clemens. Sitting on 19 home runs, Ryan Jeffers is on deck. Harper makes the play, and Nola covers the bag, and there are 2 down. My Chemical Romance announced yesterday that they'll play at Target Field on Monday, August 24th next season as part of their 2026 Black Parade Tour. And tickets are available this Friday, right now, in fact, at Ticketmaster.com. So tickets available for the show with Slater Kinney at the ballpark. Late August, next season, should be a great show. Two-way for Ryan Jeffers, DHing here tonight. It was great seeing in Arlington the Twins getting both Ryan Jeffers and Christian Vasquez back here for the final 6 games of the season.
The Twins threw the ball very well in that series. Whether that was related to getting the catchers back or not, it was a good thing to see. As Evie Matthews said, it impacted his start. Just a comfort level of having a veteran back there. It'll be really interesting to see what the Twins catching looks like next year. I mean, obviously the whole roster, but especially behind the plate, where these two have created such a good tandem for the last few years.
And Jeffers, he has caught once since coming back. We've seen him more in the DH slot.
Yeah, tonight maybe as much as wanting to get Vasquez and Joe Ryan working together.
Aaron Nola has made 10 career postseason starts for the Phillies. That's 4th most in team history. Yet the lefties have thrown better. Where does that leave Nola on the staff come playoff time? And strike 3 on the corner. Well, the way he's going tonight, he's pitching like a Game 1 starter. He's perfect through 4. City Hall, William Penn atop Vasquez has caught Joe. And the ERA for Ryan leading up to this one tonight in the low 2s.
Yeah, you feel like you're on the same page, you're comfortable with somebody, whatever reasons pitchers have. I think a lot of it is communication. Hey, when I'm throwing this pitch in this location, here's where I want you to set up. I want you, if I'm going to go in, make sure you're getting in there, give me a good target inside so it doesn't leak back over the plate. The high target, whatever it is. You develop that rapport and you kind of feed off each other. And then I think from the catching side of it, you start to read the body language of your pitcher. You start to understand what he's got working that day, but also what he wants to throw in certain counts. It really is an important relationship.
Swing and a miss on a breaking ball. That curveball that he debuted against Cleveland in that suspended game earlier in the year. Good time to throw it, and strikes out Marsh for the second time here tonight. Now 7 for Joe. Liberty Mutual Insurance field coverage, and Bailey Ober will join us from the Twins dugout. Here he is chatting with Austin Martin, right side of your screen, and Bailey will join us live from the dugout in the top of the 5th. Real Muto to right, and plenty of room for Larnach. And there are 2 down. Let's go back to the strikeout and Marsh, Morty, and take a look at this good breaking ball from Joe.
He's got A stuff working. This one had a lot of depth to it. He's got the element of surprise or the element of the unknown facing this Philly team. And you hear so much about how his fastball plays, how it works, how it lives on top of the zone, and you see something down, you fire, and it's a breaking ball, and you're way out front, swinging at Joe's pitch.
And Castellanos, he has been doing that often. He's been chasing off speed, off the plate. He's been still hitting fastballs at a high rate, doesn't bite there. And a 1-1 strikeout to Castellanos. It was a breaking ball that Joe used to strike out the Phillies right fielder in the second.
Yeah, that was the sweeper. So he really developed a lot of his secondary pitches. I think there's got to be a little anxiety, a little hesitation to just all of a sudden, regular season, here's a new pitch, and be comfortable enough to throw it, like you said, with that curveball. Well, why not? If you've got it, if the numbers in the pen say it looks like it's going to be a pitch you can use, if it's something you feel like you can repeat. You also have the element of surprise for the hitter, never having seen it, no video on it. All of a sudden, guy starts throwing a new pitch. You're walking back, shaking your head.
Reaches out to third, and Lewis makes the play, and Castellanos grounds out to end the inning. A 1-2-3 fourth. When we come back, we have a guest from the dugout, the bearded night. to begin the fifth. Corey Provis, Justin Morneau, Audra Martin, and a special guest joining us now from the dugout. And can we still say the bearded nightmare, because you did give that a trim, did you not?
I did, yeah. I got into the hotel last night and woke up this morning and just decided it was time.
It was time. So now just the nightmare?
Yeah, we'll just go for that one.
What's the family think of that?
I think they like it. I FaceTimed them today, and they were complimenting it. So,
hey, can I ask you something I've never asked you before? All the conversations we've had. Your given name is John
Yep.
Bailey Ober.
Yep.
Why do you go by your middle name?
Just my parents. That's just what they called me ever since, obviously, when I was little, and that's kind of just stuck. And but I was named after my mom's dad, John. So that's where the name comes from.
And familiar footwork there from Harrison Bader, and retires Trevor Larnach for out number one. All right, your season ended yesterday, and I know it's not the year you wanted, but finishing in the manner that you did yesterday, how does that kind of shape your offseason?
Yeah, it definitely feels good to have one going into the offseason. And like you said, it wasn't the year that I was hoping for, but hopefully I can make some changes this offseason and get back to kind of being myself and feeling like myself out on the mound.
Is there any one particular thing you've identified that you'd like to kind of improve on or fix or anything like that?
Yeah, a lot of it right now is mechanical based. I'm just getting into just positions that aren't favorable for producing some velocity. There's a little bit of a leak in the energy chain down the mound right now. And we've identified it. It's just been difficult to make the adjustments in the season.
Sounded like a broken bat there from Lee, and Ball makes the play, 2 down.
And do you feel like that was in relation to the hip and the injury you had, kind of what you were dealing with in the middle of the season?
Yeah, I think so. The hip started at the end of spring, and I just was kind of dealing with it for the majority of the year.
Two down. Here's Eddie Julian. How confident are you that the velocity that you had just as recently as last year will be there for you in 2026?
Yeah, I'm pretty confident. Even when I was on the IL in the month of July, I was cleaning up in the mechanics, and I had a few bullpens where I was up to 93. So I was able to make the adjustments then, but as soon as I got back into the game, my body just kind of started reverting back to what I had been doing the prior 3 months of the season, and that's kind of where it went away from.
I think with the diminished fastball velocity, I feel like you relied on your off-speed stuff more. Do you feel like that kind of helped you develop your secondary pitches, and maybe those got better as a result?
Yeah, maybe a little bit. Definitely had to lean on some off-speed, mixing speeds, just to kind of have results that I wanted. But yeah, definitely trying to look into what I can take away from this year and hopefully use some of those things that I had to learn how to pitch and learn how to get outs at a lower velocity into next year, when necessarily I won't always have the best velo every single day when I take them out.
Hey, we asked Pablo the other day about ABS coming to the game next season. What's your thoughts on that?
I'm kind of indifferent. I mean, I enjoyed watching it in spring training this past year, and just seeing the reactions and how guys would handle it. But I do like the old school human aspect of baseball. So it will be a little weird just not having that as much. I know it's not a huge change because we're only doing the challenge system. So yeah, it's just I'm a little indifferent about it.
Full count to Eddie Julian. Twins down by 1 here in the fifth, and Julian strikes out. And Nola still perfect through 5. And that was a perfect conversation with John Bailey Ober. Thanks for doing this, bud. Appreciate it.
Appreciate it.
176 in his career, and he has moved past, 1,872 in his career, and he has moved past Robin Roberts now for the second most in Phillies history. A long way to go to catch Steve Carlton's 3,031, but still Nola now second all-time in Phillies history amongst pitchers and strikeouts.
Very, very impressive. And he has not allowed a base runner so far either in this start.
One and one on Bryson Stott. Joe Ryan has allowed just one run so far through 4+. He has struck out 7. What is he saying to himself right there? I mean, he is clearly having some semblance of an inner dialogue, and only if we could read that mind. Well, he's reading a strikeout, little skip and a jump off the back of the mound, and now 8 here tonight for Ryan, and Stott is out number 1.
I mean, he knew what he was getting into in this start, coming into this ballpark, facing this lineup, and he has answered that call. I mean, the Schwarber base hit could have been called an error. We'll give it up a run on a sac fly. He has been really good.
The hardest hit ball from the Phillies tonight was from this guy, Mundo Sosa. And a solid single to begin the third, but did not score. .90 on a slider. 0-2.
He's got a little that push me, pull me going, a little back and forth. Top of the zone, off the outside edge. He's pitching. It's such an ideal environment to be able to bring young players up when you have a team this good and their only focus is winning. You get into this environment where my only expectation today is to find a way to help us win, and then you kind of can hit some lower spots in the lineup. You're not kind of stuck right in there hitting third or fourth, and we absolutely need you to produce from the day you step foot in the big leagues. There's some time to learn, there's some time to adjust, and there's some time to kind of figure things out, but still have an impact. And a lot of depth here.
Sosa reaching and driving it high and deep to left field. This one towards the seats and gone. On a breaking ball, and Mundo Sosa with his 11th, and the Phillies had a run, 5-0.
Wow. He was fooled on this pitch. Front side was gone, but he was able to keep his hands back. Almost one-handed this ball. Kind of almost that hollow sound as that hand was releasing right at contact.
Puzzling look there from Ryan. Sosa had the 3-homer game here on Wednesday. A solo shot tonight. Now big swing from Harrison Bader. And the Phillies up their lead to 2. Now Ryan now has allowed 26 home runs. And 7 over his last 5 starts.
I always found this as a great ballpark to hit in. This plays different like every one of the northern ballparks do as it gets cooler, but still warm today. Still close to 80 degrees, and ball just seemed like it jumped.
Yeah, it's always been a top 5 home run friendly ballpark per Baseball savants, Park Factor to the right side. Julian with the pick, race to first base, a late feed to Ryan, and with that, Bader is safe. And Bader and Ryan say hello. A foot race was on between the two former teammates, and the batter beat the pitcher. I think Julian could have done more here, right, Morning?
Yeah, it's just this is part of the learning. He took the perfect angle of this ball, how he retreats. At that point, he should have just set his feet and thrown it to him overhand. The pitchers want the ball. If you can get it to them before they're at the bag, ideally at that grass cut, but then they have time to catch the ball, pick up the base. If they're trying to do both at the same time, it is a very difficult thing to do, to reach back across your body and then look back to your right to see where that base is at, and understanding the Bader can get down the line. Joe Ryan asking him if he wanted the ball, I think. They're just kids playing a game. But I think that's part of the learning experience for Eddie Julian over there at first base. I mean, you kind of get in that in-between. You want to shorten the distance as often as you can, but the speed of the runner will dictate that. And I think as a pitcher also, a lot of times you're surprised when a right-handed hitter hits a ball to the first baseman. Left-handed hitters, catcher will come out front, say, hey, ground ball to the right side, you got to get over. It's not something you anticipate as much with a right-handed hitter in the box. Schwarber's going to take his time out.
And some MVP chants for Kyle Schwarber. Free agent to be at season's end. He's 32 years old, three-time All-Star. As we said at the top, Schwarber chasing Ryan Howard's franchise record. Most home runs in a single season in team history, 58. Howard in 06. Schwarber too shy of that. 1-1. Bader one stolen base with the Phillies. And Ryan, good pitch there in, tying up Schwarber.
That is the one type of pitch he's struggled with. Pretty much anything breaking, he's hitting under 150 on the year. He's absolutely hammered fastballs, 35 home runs on fastballs. And that one there, a good slider that just took off on him. See if they try and go back there. They did.
Schwarber amongst his National League peers is first in home runs, runs batted in. He's second in extra base hits and slug. Bader at first, Twins down 2. That's a foul ball.
He gets in such a relaxed position. You see his hands. You don't see many guys set their hands as low as he does anymore, but he's gotten to the point where he is completely comfortable where they should be, how that's going to get him to launch. He understands. He has a little bit below average speed, so where he can be productive, that's hitting the ball in the air, and hitting the ball in the air often on the pull side. Starting position lets him get there.
Struck him out as Ryan with that curveball fooled Schwarber. So 2 down, 9th strikeout for Ryan.
As I said earlier in the at-bat, he has struggled with the breaking stuff, and slider, and then went to that curveball. You can see he was fooled. He was out front.
Ryan's season-high strikeouts is 11. Career high is 12. Closing in on 90 pitches, and now Harper takes high. Harper's reached twice, a single and a walk. Big pitch right now for Ryan upcoming. Bader at first. Here comes Ryan's 2-0 to Bryce Harper. Left center, shallow. Coming in is Outman, makes the play. And that is out number 3. So Ryan retires short.
At his first All-Star game.
So his night, by that look, appears to be done. Let's see if the Twins can rally here, down 2. Meanwhile, Aaron Nola is perfect through 5. Royce Lewis takes ball 1 low. No hits, no walks. Here comes pitch number 60 from Nola. Broken bat to third. And boom, did a good job there just locating the ball, because part of that bat ended up right where he was starting his play defensively.
Yeah, sometimes you're focused on the ball and you see that bat flying towards you. It can distract you just enough to hit off the heel of your glove. Made a nice play on it.
So 7 ground ball outs induced by Nola so far tonight. And there's James Outman. There's another ground ball. Nola plays the second bounce and a good shovel directly to Harper. 2 down.
This is a veteran pitcher understanding angles, going after ground balls. This is absolutely perfect. If you're teaching your kids how to do this at home, watch how he retreats. Watch how he gives himself room to get that bigger hop. Instead of getting himself caught on that short hop and fumbling it, just gave himself time. Heart rate didn't pick up. Just understanding exactly where he was at, speed of the runner going down the line, all those things come into play on that. And he made it look easy because of the way he attacked it.
Vasquez is swinging a drive into left field and deep. Back it goes and gone. The perfect game is gone. The no-hitter is gone, and so is the shutout. Vasquez, his 3rd home run. And this is a 2-1 game.
Vasquez's been swinging the bat well since he's come back. A few hits over the series in Texas. Now went up there, got himself something middle in, and the way he finishes tells you that he knew he got it.
He has 4 home runs in 20 career games against the Phillies. So Vasquez now with 3 homers this season. And the tying run is coming up. In fact, is at the plate right now in Buxton. So Christian Vasquez hit 1 home run during his rehab run with the St. Paul Saints. As Morty mentioned, had 3 hits in the Rangers series and a home run to get the Twins on the board a moment ago. Travis Adams looks like he will come in and throw the bottom half of this 6th inning. Buxton strikes out on a changeup to end the inning, but the Twins get their first hit, their first run on a home run from
That'll bring on Travis Adams.
Alec Boehm leads off the inning and swings and misses on a slider. Now let's see how some of these young bullpen arms handle this atmosphere, this team, this lineup in a tight ball game.
It's a good test. We've seen him come in. These young Twins pitchers out of the pen haven't seemed to be overwhelmed by any environment. But this isn't just any environment. There's some some intensity in this ballpark.
Marshawn Deck. Now 2-2. The bullpens are both located to the right of center field. The Phillies bullpen, that's more field level. The Twins, the visiting bullpen, a bit more elevated. And once you get on the mound, there are fans hanging right over that railing, and they know every detail about you once you're warming up. And they're not shy about it. And the bullpens, at one point, they were reversed. And that's a fair ball. Lewis unleashes and safe. Julian off the bag.
This would have been a tremendous play had he made it. Julian does the right thing. Job at first is catch the ball first. If the throw takes you somewhere, you got to go get it. And I think the more reps you have, the more you understand when you see that throw coming offline, go get it early if you're going to make the tag. Otherwise, you got to try and hold the bag. And it's also one where sometimes you'll see first basemen flip their feet and then actually catch that ball in foul territory. I think we saw Ty France do that a couple times this year. But when the runner is faster coming down the line, it's going to be bang, bang. You're giving them another step and a half if you decide to go on the backside of the bag to kind of catch that ball on its way down at the bottom part of that arc.
So Bowman first, 0-1 count to Marsh. Runner stays. Scored a base hit for Bohm. And now 1-2.
I think that one to me is more of a hit than one short hit up the middle, which was also a tough play and would have been a great one if he made it. The problem with that one, it ended up being an earned run for Joe Ryan.
Ryan struck out Brandon Marsh twice, both swinging. And Marsh has been red hot, batting over .350 here in September. A bullet fair. Past Julian, that's going to find the right field corner. Bohm around third base. He has the green light. He will head home and score. It's a Marsh RBI double, and the Phillies regain a 2-run lead.
Well, when you're playing a team that's rolling the way the Phillies are, looking for their second straight 95-win season, they're sitting on 94 coming into it, you have to play, I wouldn't say perfect baseball, but you got to make every play. It would have been a spectacular play had Royce made it, but that allowed the runner to be on first. That has Julian hold him on, opens up the hole on the right side. Line drive that probably would have been right at him, ends up being a double and a run scored.
Yeah, Marsh now is 3 doubles shy of 100 in his career. And still nobody out. And here is JT Realmuto. 3-time All-Star, 2-time Gold Glove winning catcher, 34 years old, and a free agent to be at season's end. Did he go? No, says the crew chief, Adrian Johnson. Adams had 2 strikes on Bohm, could not retire him. 2 strikes on Marsh, he doubled. And now 2 strikes on the Phillies catcher. Realmuto really chokes up. 2 strikes and held back there. See the grip and look at that gap at the bottom. Struck him out. 96 from Adams. And Realmuto is 0 for 3 at out number 1. Now Pablo Lopez, he has been nominated for the 2025 Roberto Clemente Award, presented by Capital One. Fans, you get to vote to recognize who best represents the game through positive contributions on and off the field. Vote today at MLBtogether.com/Clemente Award, and Pablo, 2-time Twins honoree.
Aaron Nola, the Phillies representative, pitching against the Twins tonight. Well, let's see if we can get Pablo some recognition for all that he does for Twins territory. Great human being.
Pablo gave us an assignment. We were on the bus with Pablo coming to the ballpark today. He gave us an assignment. And he brought back the interview he did with us, and he brought up something I'm glad he did, not the other thing. But he did bring up the catch he made that we showed you robbing Mickey Gasper of a BP home run, and Pablo told us, hey, I want the video.
Pitchers.
Right? Oh, did not get that call. Good pitch at 97.
For how big the zone's been, it's been expanded a few times. You got to have that one. Looks like he's a little fired up. We've seen 96 consistently, 97 there on the fastball. Did you tell him maybe that video disappeared into thin air? We can't get it?
I did not, because we have technology to obtain it. Castellanos 3-2. We just have to go get it. Three and two on Castellanos. 0 for 2 tonight. And did not chase. That's a pitch he has been chasing. Doesn't do it here. And a walk to Castellanos. And here comes Bryson Stott. In case you have no idea what we're talking about, this was Pablo shagging BP the other night in Arlington. And Mickey Gasper was taking BP. And Pablo, yep, that's a home run. Over the wall. That yellow line, that padding. And then he caught it then. Let's keep it, because watch the smile. Watch the smile. Oh. He had this great smile. He's like, yep, I got that one.
Then we were talking to him on the way over here, and I said, there it is.
Look at that. Yep.
You give up enough of them, it feels good to bring one back, even in BP.
Also supporting the Lynx as well. Playoff run.
Talking to him on the way over here, I said, this is a good ballpark because it's got a short wall in straightaway center field. He said, oh, I know. He was ready for it.
And this time with the Marlins, he would come here. Divisional foe, Marlins and Phillies.
He might have been looking forward to BP more than the hitters.
I'm still just amazed that he brought up not just the media location at Nats Park, but knowing that it's the Shirley Povich Media Center. That he knew that.
Never been up there, and just ability to retain information.
0-2 from Adams.
I guess that's how you get accepted into medical school when you're 16.
Well, the Twins were hoping Adams in this different role, this kind of 1-2 inning role, the velo would jump. We're seeing 96 and 97 tonight. To left center, and playable for Buxton. He'll make the catch, and the runners hold, and there are 2 down. And now Edmundo Sosa, who has been a challenge tonight. 2 hits against Ryan, a single and a home run. Adams, his velo is up almost 1.5 miles on average with his 4-seam fastball tonight, 1.3 to be exact.
Where's that?
It was 96, but called ball 1. Good pitch. Grounded back to Adams. He has time, and there's a fastball to first to end the inning. Phillies at 1, they leave 2. It is 3-1. Phillies after 6. We saw City Hall, and there.
and it stinks, but then suddenly it becomes the best thing that ever happened to you. So it's weird, but it's also really exciting. He admits that when he was traded, he automatically thought about this series and how he wanted his numbers to be the best they could possibly be by the time it got here. He said, they're good, but I wish they were better. At the same time, you always wish that your numbers were better. So he told me that he's just going to try to enjoy it as much as he can, especially because he loves this atmosphere. He said, it's really exciting to be here with that team who gave me an incredible opportunity.
Roger, thanks. 40,073 is the gathering here tonight in Philadelphia.
Twins are big at Philly. Always enjoyed coming here as a player. The atmosphere is intense. It's fun.
Smack to right center field. And that will find the alley, and that will find the wall. Cody Clemens, is he content with two? The answer is no. Cody on his way to third base in standing leadoff triple.
Fourth triple of the year for Cody Clemens. He barreled this ball up, hit it hard in that gap. Well, they've been challenging it with fastballs this year. A changeup, and he went down and got it. A little trouble out there coming up with this ball.
Bader almost fell. Yeah.
Slipped a little bit. I think Cody had already made up his mind, I think, at that point that he was going three.
Quick trip triple for Clemens. Infield for the Phillies is back with a 2-run lead, and now Ryan Jeffers. As we were talking the other night about the Twins' season and offense, what clicked, what did not, this was not a strength. Just second base, nobody out. Third base, nobody out. And just not the run production, the percentage the Twins were hoping for, getting that leadoff man not just on, but in scoring position and bringing him home.
Get him on, get him over, get him in. Seems so simple, but pitcher gets runner in scoring position. They seem to find another level out there. A little bit nastier. Just have to remember the pressure's on them.
One and two on Ryan Jeffers. One out.
It's 7 strikeouts for Nola. This one on a fastball. That reputation for having a good curveball. He loves to go to that with 2 strikes, so you tell yourself get the ball up. Unfortunately, you end up chasing every once in a while like that. See if Larnach can pick him up.
Larnach go for 2. And breaking ball for strike 1. Larnach 3 for 10 on this final road trip so far. Nola coming in, allowing opponents to hit over 300 against him with runners in scoring position, 306 to be exact. That plays a part into his ERA being just under 7 for the season. But he's allowed 1 run so far tonight. Need contact from Larnach. Doesn't happen. 2 down.
He loves to do this to left-handed hitters. It's the old front hip fastball. You see the spin on it. You see that late movement coming back in. Looked like it split the plate in half. Set up by slowing him down, those 2 curveballs to start the at-bat.
So now it's up to Brooks Lee with 2 outs. 0 for 2 tonight. That's hammered foul.
And, maybe that's the only thing you can do that pitch that Larnach saw is just clear him out of there and pull it foul. But It's a tough at-bat. Strikeout looking with that runner on third.
To left and shallow. And Brandon Marsh makes the play. So again, said it earlier, it happens again. Leadoff man in scoring position. They do not bring him home. And Nola's through 7. Twins remain down 2 as we stretch. And we keep it here for tonight's Twins Insider all season long. Justin Morneau has wowed us with his deep insights and analytical approach to the game. And this approach to the game since he played. We're so lucky to have so many talented men and women with our crew on the road with us at home. It's been such a pleasure to work with so many talented people here this season.
Amen to that.
So we saw Funderburg and Cabrera warming up, but Adams back out to see Bader. He pops it up, flips the bat down the line as Clemens makes the play. And there is an out, and let's see if Rocco is going to make a move here. It looks like he will with Schwarber and Harper coming up.
Auto owners thinks the more you protect, the more you should save. And that's simple human.
Francis Cabrera.
Key for him, as I've said, I think every time he has pitched, commanding the strike zone, working ahead. You see higher walk rate than he would like, but the stuff is good. It's just a matter of working ahead. He's going to have a tough task here. Schwarber.
23 home runs off left-handed pitchers this season. That is a major league single-season record by a left-handed batter.
The second part of that was even more impressive.
14 off left-handed relievers this season, passing Barry Bonds for the most homers from a left-handed batter against a left-handed reliever in a season.
Which is absolutely insane to me, based on the lefties that are in the league, the lefties that are in the bullpens. I mean, there's no longer any guys down there that are just failed starters who couldn't get anybody out, and they're coming out of that pen throwing 89. Just power lefty after power lefty, throwing you 2-0 curveballs and not giving in, understanding their job down there in that bullpen is to get tough lefties out. See if he challenges him with a fastball here or not.
.95 for strike one.
Mentioned earlier also he has struggled with spin. Part of the reason why you see that 2-0 breaking ball he threw to go back to it here.
It looked like he went, and he did. Could not hold back on a high fastball. So Cabrera's come back with back-to-back strikes to bring the count full. Two homers shy of Ryan Howard's single-season franchise record. And Philly fans, they hope to capture every moment. Schwarber struck out twice so far tonight. Make it 3 times. So Cabrera comes back with a breaking ball.
Good job of getting back in this count. Fall behind in the at-bat. Reached back and challenged him with a couple fastballs and then was able to land that curveball in the zone.
So 2 down, and now Harper. He's been out twice tonight. A single, a walk, and he's flied out to left. Harper this season against left-handed pitching has 10 home runs. 10 of his 27 against lefties. Still OPS over 800, lefty on left. That's why it's so unique in this era of lineup construction, where some managers, they're so content on right left. They don't want to stack lefties in a row, but these two guys back to back, no problem against left-handed pitching.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. And that's why you build franchises around players like this.
Now the 2-1 to the Phillies first baseman. Helped him out upstairs. Cutter.
He knew it too. I wonder if that was the one. Sometimes as a hitter you recognize spin. All those curveballs he threw in the at-bat before to Schwarber. Did he see spin and think maybe he was going to end up in a spot where he could crush it?
The 2-2.
I love that pitch. Following the previous pitch, he saw up. Would have had less break. Still a little bit of spin on it, but that one, the big breaker, tried to get him to chase.
Bohm on deck if this inning continues. 2 down, full count to Harper. To short, Lee. Backhands, picks, pops, throws him out. Good play by Brooks Lay, and a nice job from Cabrera retiring the 2 lefties to keep the Twins very much in this game. 7 complete on the final Friday of the regular season. Twins. And facing Eddie Julian, who is 0 for 2 strikeouts against Nola tonight. If Nola records 1 out this inning, it would mark his deepest start this season. He went 7 in Chicago on April 27th.
Interesting to see the Phillies. Bohm was up with Brooks Lee up last inning. I thought maybe is trying to get the tying run on base, but not seeing too many bunts for hits, especially from Julian. And Bohm has backed up now at third.
So the righty Kirkering warming up in the Phillies pen. Michael Tonkin throwing in the Twins bullpen. Nola has not walked a man tonight. And still has it. 9th strikeout. And Julian 0 for 3. Own a piece of Twins history and help support the Twins Community Fund. Now through September 28th, bid on exclusive Twins items like a Byron Buxton game-used jersey, a pair of custom cleats from John Bailey Ober, or Joe Mauer autographed items in the Twins Community Fund's end-of-season auction. Bid now at twins.com/community auction. Lewis to second, and Bryson Stott right there. 2 down.
Yeah, a lot of ground ball outs. It's the third one from Royce. He's been good. He's located well. He's worked ahead for the most part. Hasn't missed in the heart of the plate too many times. Pretty good formula for pitching into the 8th.
Deepest start he's had all season long. Third time facing the Twins in his career. Twins hit him hard in 2016, but he pitched well at Target Field last year. 6 innings, 1 run. He's been even better tonight. Altman's 0 for 2, 0 for his last 19. Shallow left, and Marsh makes the play, and the inning is over. Aaron Nola, it's been a rough year. His final start of the regular season, pitching like a postseason veteran. Long start here as a Philly earlier the year. And the Twins will see Ranger Suarez. Yeah, they could be lined up for game 1 for the Phillies next weekend. Michael Tonkin takes over. In the 8th, there is Abel. Right now, Tonkin to see Bohm, Marsh, and Real Muto.
Yes, Fresh hasn't pitched since that Cleveland series. He's been really good against right-handed hitters. Righties hitting 108. Had trouble with lefties, but that's why you bring him in. Face Bohm, try and keep him off base. The combination of that sweeper sinker, working east-west, trying to make him uncomfortable. Get him out there off the end of the bat with that sweeper.
Dump to right, slicing near the line. That lands foul. Well, we talked about it at the top. Right now, save situation, and sure enough, Joan Duran is warming up. Lewis. That ball came out, but on the transfer from glove to hand, so Bohm is out number 1. This winter, let Target Field events bring the magic of the season to your celebration. Cozy indoor spaces, festive decor, and skyline views make every gathering unforgettable. Reserve your winter event today at targetfieldevents.com. There's Brandon Marsh. Twins in the 9th inning. It'll be Vasquez, Buxton, and Clemens. No strike. There's the Twins' way there. 0-2 on Marsh. He'll take his timeout. Two down. Well-placed fastball there from Tonkin. Twins pitchers have combined to strike out 12. Philadelphia batters tonight. And the Phillies average about 8 strikeouts as an offense per 9 innings.
Well, Joe Ryan came ready to go. That fastball, he was amped up. Had a lot of life on it. We saw a lot of 96s. And then we showed the plot earlier. He was able to get a lot of chase off the plate because he was able to establish that fastball.
And a base hit to left for Real Muto. His first hit tonight. Elsewhere in baseball right now, Tigers and the Guardians, who are tied atop the AL Central. Tigers are winning in Boston, 3-1 bottom 6. Guardians are losing at home to the Rangers, 4-2 bottom 6. Knocked down by Tonkin. They'll find it, time, and retires Castellanos to end the inning. Well, the 9th inning is coming up. It's a 2-run game. It's about to get loud here in Philly. Duran. Now Philly closer Joan Duran is on with the Phillies up by 2. Morning.
No surprise here what the Twins are going to see. It's going to be a split. It's going to be a four-seam curveball, and then that sweeper that he occasionally threw had that in, but that fastball averaging over 100 miles an hour. But as we know, he pitches. He doesn't just only reach back for that fastball. He starts Vasquez off with a split right there at 99.
Here's the 0-1 to Vasquez. Waves and misses on a curveball. Audra. Check in with Audra here in just a second. Vasquez 1 for 2.
Reflected on the trade that sent him here to Philadelphia, saying it didn't come as a huge surprise, but he was really hoping that it wasn't going to happen. He still has so much love for the team, the organization, the staff, and especially the city that he still calls home. He was so appreciative that the Twins let him bring his entrance music and graphics with him to Philly, and says he wasn't expecting that at all, didn't even think it was a possibility, but when they offered, he was thrilled because he said it's a big part of who he was as a Twin, and it comes with so many fantastic memories. But he knew that this one would probably pack an extra punch, guys.
And 100 on the corner, and that looked to be strike 3, instead ball 2. Now that's a call that Travis Adams wasn't getting earlier, and Duran doesn't get it here.
I think that's why the frustration with the zone. Some of them had off been called strikes, some of them in zone not called strikes. Just that's what happens throughout the course of a game.
To short and a base hit to left. So the Twins capitalize on that extra swing, extra at bat, and Vasquez does his part. He reaches, and now the tying run, and Byron Buxton is coming up. So here we go. Power and power. Game on the line here in the 9th inning. Twins down 2.
Well, how does he feel like he can get Buxton out? What does he start him off with? This is one of the toughest things about facing Duran. He has that fastball at 100, but then he will drop that curveball in there. He's got that split that's got some movement that he likes to get ground balls with.
Vasquez is running for himself as Buxton, 99, down and inside. It's a foul ball.
Twins, we know Jeffers is in the game at DH, but Mickey Gasper also on the roster. Get it? Buxton's a tying run. Vasquez isn't, but occasionally you'll see that pinch runner go out there to be able to beat a force play. Something along those lines. I know Duran's slow to the plate as well.
0-2.
Looked like that split that he throws. 2 straight splits to start the at-bat.
Duran 31 saves this season. 16 as a Twin, 15 as a Philly. We think about some early Fort Myers action before the games begin. There are moments like this that happen at the complex. Your own closer facing his own teammates during live batting practice sessions. And Duran wins that round with the curveball.
This is nasty. He's coming at you with 3 really good pitches. You get behind the count, it's so hard to come back.
Now, we often talk about this with Duran on the mound, the power, the strikeouts, yes, but also a big ground ball inducing arm. So, yes, he generates strikeouts, but also ground balls and double plays. Vasquez stays as Clemens takes low ball 2. Audra getting back to report about the trade and Duran coming here. There was a great story that came out in The Athletic a couple of days after the trade happened. And Dustin Morris from the Twins communications department was in the story, and all the work that was put into the Durant entrance. Sam Henshin, a part of that with the Twins as well. More than 500 hours of work over years to make that entrance what it became. And the Twins were like, hey, it doesn't belong to us. It belongs to the player. It belongs to Durant. As much as we enjoyed the experience at Target Field, it'd be a shame if the Phillies don't have their own.
Very classy move.
Take on the Durant entrance. And they have taken on most of what the Twins did. The Phillies do the same, a couple of more local tweaks, but pretty much what it is here is what it was at Target Field.
Not something you see very often, but as I said, very classy, ton of respect for. I'll tell you how, ended up getting traded, how people around the team felt about Durant, that he deserved to take that with him as well.
Two down, 101. So after Vasquez singled, back-to-back strikeouts of Buxton and Clemens, and now it's up to Ryan Jeffers. So Durant faced one former catcher in Vasquez. He's safe and now sees another, and it's up to Jeffers.
Well, he knows what he's featuring. He knows what he likes to throw in certain situations. See if that gives him any advantage.
.98, called ball one. Durant has allowed 2 home runs in 21 innings as a Philly.
Two home runs and 1 walk as a Philly.
That's amazing. 1 walk, you're right. And now 27 strikeouts.
You know, you never know how someone's going to react to a trade. You never know how someone's going to react to coming into a high-pressure environment where your expectations are World Series or bust, and just fit right in.
3-0, and Durant, he's under team control for 2 more seasons. Harrison Bader traded to Philadelphia in a separate trade. All right, 2-run game, Morty. Jeffers, some power in his bat. Let him go here.
Absolutely. Your goal is to tie the game. Give yourself 3 shots at hitting one in the seats.
.101 at the knees.
Just for me, it's if you're going to swing 3-0 or 3-1, there's not really any difference for me other than a comfort level for hitters. But sometimes it depends on how you're seeing the ball. If you don't feel like you're seeing it that well, sometimes you take a look at one and hope you get the same pitch on the next one.
Vasquez runs and lined up the middle, base hit center field. So Vasquez will take third. So Jeffers did swing 3-1, singles to center. Now the tying run is on, and the go-ahead run is coming up in Trevor Larnach. And Jeffers, now that he is the tying run, here's the move to Sean Kersey Jr. Better speed is in the run for Jeffers.
Good swing here. Got jammed just a little bit, but still hit it hard and hit it in the right spot. And Kersey was home for a little bit. And the injury to Keishel, his thumb, he was called back from California.
All right, now Kersey is in to run. There's 2 outs. He's the tying run. I think the Phillies do throw through because of Vasquez at third base. Does Kersey take off here? And yes, you potentially take the bat out of Larnach's hand, but the likelihood of a home run or a single here if Kersey is successful, how do you view it?
I think if he gets a good jump, you can go because Durant is slow to the plate. He's going to give you a chance. You have Realmuto behind the plate. He's as quick with the exchange as anyone, but I think if Durant gives you that high leg kick, your goal is to tie this game. It's going to be really hard to put together more hits after this with how tough he is to square up.
So 2 on, 2 out. Kersey stays as Larnach takes low ball 1. Splitter.
And this is what I was referring to with Realmuto. So if there is a reason to shut down the run game, it's that guy behind the plate.
That counts as a disengagement. Duran stepping off, so there's number 1. So Kersey kind of enhances that lead an extra step. Takes off. Throw to second base, no chance. And Kersey indeed comes in to run, steals a base, and now a base hit could tie this game up.
Seems like something that was almost unheard of a couple of months ago to run this aggressively late in a ball game. Duran provided that opportunity. Kersey took it. Now all it's going to take is a single to tie this thing up.
Larnach has a great count, 10th stolen base for Kersey.
This is a split count a lot of times for Duran here. For 101, top of the zone, blow your doors off.
Drama here in the 9th. The 2-1. High fly, right field, playable. Castellanos has it, and the Phillies win game 1. Duran the save, and Philadelphia improves to 95-65. Twins lose their 91st game. Phillies 3, Twins 1 to begin the final series of the season. Duran now